Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of The Buzz, the show that brings you closer to social media. It's Monday the 7th of May 2018 and it's great to be here on the show. My name is Patience Belokafo. Alero is here too.
Good afternoon, Patience.
Good afternoon. Welcome back from the weekend.
Yes, I had a swell weekend.
Wow. I wish I could say same. But it's all right. At least I rested.
I know. Despite the heavy downpour on Saturday, which actually destroyed a lots of properties were actually destroyed with the heavy downpour.
Well, it's a pity.
That's nature anyway.
It's a pity. Some of us enjoyed the rain. You know, if we live in areas that are protected from environmental things like that, you know, so if you enjoy it, but if you don't live in those kind of areas, it's a pity. All right, we're back on the show, and of course we're about to discuss issues as the trend on social media. Our panel are here with us as well. We have our regular Mr. Ikem Okuho. He's a PR expert and a social commentator. Good afternoon, Mr. Ikem.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
We are welcome.
Yes, we are welcome again.
We are welcome.
I always love Mondays on this show. He's one of the reasons. All right, we also have another one of our, well, he's becoming a regular. He's been here at least more than once, Abby. He's also a renowned journalist, Mr. Dixon Akinwumi. Good afternoon, sir.
It's my pleasure. Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming on the show. And we have a first timer. We hope he will immediately become a convert. He's also a renowned journalist in his own right, Mr. Chris Otaigbe. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Good afternoon.
All right. Tell people, remember the show is interactive. 07087407508 as the number you can send an SMS to. And here we go. Our first topic today is on the Ekiti APC governorship elections. It was indeed an eventful weekend. The governorship primaries of the All Progressives Congress in Ekiti State was suspended indefinitely amidst violence and protests that broke out at the Oluyemo Kayode Stadium in Ado-Ekiti, where the election held. Trouble started when agents of some of the aspirants complained that the electoral process was being manipulated. This paved the way for some thugs to attack the ballot boxes, and they smashed it to the ground, thereby emptying the ballot papers. The security agencies, which were caught unawares, had a difficult time bringing the situation under control. All right, before we go ahead, there's a footage to what went down at that particular venue. Let's see that quickly, and then we'll come back and talk.
It's quite unfortunate because the process has been going on well. The process was started very well. Everybody enjoys the accreditations and the even voting process. Everybody enjoying it. All of a sudden, we just discovered that some hoodlums just came in and disrupted the process. It was quite unfortunate that such events could happen in Ekiti.
It's a very bad omen for the development of the party. We should have do it perfectly, that other states we have lesson to learn, a very good lesson to learn from Ekiti.
We saw the footage there. Before the primaries started, there was an allegation that one of the leading aspirants camped delegates in his home country for 2 days and brought them directly to the election venue, thereby denying other aspirants access to them. And there was also rumor that each of the delegates got between 200,000 and 300,000 naira to buy their votes. Mr. Ikem, let's start with you. Here we are again, where we don't want to be in terms of elections.
This is sad. Sad in the sense that essentially these guys don't know what they are doing to themselves. By this, and you can be sure it's going to continue, they are destroying the opportunities in the eventual general election that will pitch them against the incumbent, essentially.
Exactly.
If you look at PDP in Ekiti State now, there is no infighting. The governor has his anointed candidate. They are working
In tandem
already
with that,
towards the election
Yes.
proper. But these people are bickering and fighting. But I will say something again here, very significantly. Our problem in this country is usually security issues. You watch that footage. Somebody walked to the table, used his hand to punch the ballot box, broke it. A mobile policeman held him. I thought initially he was arrested until I still saw him again moving around that field,
come back, yes.
free. The second person, the person wearing red cap and the kaftan, used his feet to kick the whole thing to pieces. He was pushed around, but not arrested. I wish the principal actors in this thing understand what they're doing to themselves and their party. They are shrinking the opportunities for any electoral capital in the eventual general elections. Because this thing, the bad blood, is going to fracture the party further, is going to make the electorate look at all of them, and I mean all the three key actors. Former Governor Fayemi, former Governor Shegwoni, and Babafemi Ojudo, I think. They are going to be looked upon from now going forward as brigands. As no better than all those people we call thugs who were doing those, because you hired them. They are not essentially part of the delegates. How did they come into that stadium?
Exactly.
Who allowed them? Who gave them the backing to come in? Is it the security agencies? Is it the candidates? They need to know what they are doing to themselves. And if I may say again, if I were somebody like Fayemi and Shegwoni, I don't know what I want to prove. I won't even be in this race.
Okay. All right, now, the big question. Are we actually prepared for 2019?
If that question is for me, if this is a litmus test for 2019, then I am not sure we are prepared.
Because
we have not seen PDP in their own primaries across the other states.
But we've still seen some other states' primaries.
We have seen a few others. If this is an example of what we expect, then it's not going to be pleasant. Sorry to say.
Mr. Dixon, what say you?
Yes, and then, fortunately, I will say I'm from Ekiti State, and I was there on Thursday, Friday, 11 and Saturday. I think it's a shame. It's a shameful act that happened in our state. People in the state thought APC would have had a peaceful primaries. But I think it's also a shame, in quote, on the stakeholders in the APC as a party. When you have to allow 33 aspirants to go for primary that only one slot. They should have tuned or reduced the number of aspirants. But the allegations that some of them did not want a particular candidate to emerge at all. A former governor, I won't mention his name, a former governor. So there
are only for two former governors.
One of them is that's how they fired me. Okay. What they did was just that they didn't want him at all because he lost woefully.
And not to forget that even the state governor has been
at loggerheads
with him.
So I learned that now, some others, the current information is that many of the aspirants are gagging up against it. They will be 33 aspirants again in the party. But I think I'm from the state and it's uncalled for. Some of us are from that state and we felt this is very, very bad. But I would advise the party people. I'm not a member of APC. I'm not partisan. But I learned that the primaries will happen in the next few days. While some people are saying it will be cancelled. So, but I would advise that it should go ahead. But this is a test run to an election. It's a very dangerous template, very dangerous science.
It is. I didn't even expect this level of violence, from a state like Ekiti. I beg your pardon if it was like Rivers or Bayelsa, maybe I won't be that shocked. But I'm bringing in Mr. Chris. Taking it from where Mr. Ikem talked about this being a litmus test, for the bigger elections in 2019. Yeah. Do you think our security agents or agencies, do you think they have what it takes, really, in terms of controlling what goes on at elections?
While I was
While
I was watching the clip, something came to my mind. I was imagining if it was the soldiers that were standing there, would anybody dare to do it?
Okay.
That's the question. I like to look at, I've studied Nigerian politics over the decades and I've come to one conclusion. I look at it from a conspiracy theory glance, because at the end of the day, it's a drama that just played out. You ask yourself, like you said, the guy hit the ballot, and you expected the policeman to arrest him. That was his job. And he grabbed him.
He was
more like holding him, don't fight.
Like a mediator, someone trying to break up the fight.
It's not just that there's a breakdown of security. The security man himself, there's a breakdown of his own psychology. The policeman doesn't know what he's doing anymore. No apology to anybody. It's there for us to see. Secondly, we all know that the governor of the state, there's no love lost between him and Fayemi and the ruling party. Yeah. He owns that state, whether you like it or not. He can put all the cards on the table, play all his cards, and frustrate the elections. I'm not saying he did, but I'm looking at a conspiracy theory. But as far as I'm concerned, this is just, like we said, a litmus test to 2019. In fact, what you see around, what you hear now, is that people are preparing, not preparing with noble intention, but preparing for the worst case scenario. So 2019, as we see today, is dicey. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, I would call on, in fact, it's a shame on Fayemi, the minister, because this is your government and it's your state. You should be seen trying to put everything in order. Even if the governor is being intransigent, you should be the one trying to make the peace.
Be the bigger person.
Be the bigger person. Try to make things work. At least to save your name. You are in power. But a situation where everybody is playing like a kid, dogs in the motor park.
It's not just about playing like a kid. You see, if you look at this whole thing, like when I was mentioning Fayemi, Fayemi was a governor for 4 years.
Yeah.
You were voted out, and you're staging a comeback. What I see is not a commitment to serve or to finish off from where I stopped, but ego. This man beat me the first time. I am returning to prove to him that I am a stronger person in the state. And that is essentially not what we should see of a man of his standing, well-read, very, very intelligent, a strategic thinker like him, because he majored in strategic studies. He should be seen to understand this thing differently, to be the moderator. When you're mentioning conspiracy theory, probably, I am not sure if Fayose would have engineered 33 governorship aspirants for one party.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the drama that played out. I'm not even accusing him.
That's even
I'm saying
there are layers of conspiracy. And if he was able to do that thing, then we should give him credit. You know, we should give him credit for being more intelligent
Than-
than the people
Yeah.
who are coming to unseat somebody who essentially will be his candidate, his anointed candidate.
But
Okay.
can we look at, okay, go ahead.
All right, because right now, from what's actually trending on social media and from most of the reports, we're going to see a lot of them, their aspirants, having a blame game. Ojodo is blaming Fayemi. Oni is blaming one person.
or the other.
Do you actually think that the Ekiti indigenes are now so gullible that are these guys going to rule us?
Let me just tip in this. I'm from Ekiti State and understand what's happening amongst them. For allowing 2 former governors, a former senator, 2 House of Rep candidates, and a lot of guys from the House of Assembly to contest the election. And within the Fayemi's caucus, there were some people who were against, people that served under him or with him, they were against him. It's the issue now is, for this primary to have gone that way, the populists or the people of the state, they are not very happy. They are not very happy. And if the APC guys were looking at the election of July 14 that they will win, this is a minus. And it's not a minus on the image or reputation of the party or the chances of the party in the July 14 election. Well, tomorrow is the primaries for PDP, Tuesday, May 8th. If PDP succeeds in having a peaceful primaries, it's a plus.
Yeah.
And Ekiti people, they are watching. So for us, Ekiti State people, I would say some of them will decide by tomorrow which party is going to win.
Okay, all right, but can we look at the APC though? You know, for a party that is the party in the center, if you know what I mean, you know,
Party
not to have its acts together in the first place. That is worrisome for me. Second of all, why 33 candidates? I understand the place of giving everybody a level playing ground, but 33 candidates, it's a tad too much for one slot.
Well,
you get what I mean?
Well, it's a democracy.
I get that.
And really, there are countries where you can have as many as that number contesting for one position or the other. It is all about what are the processes. Are the people willing or are they following the processes? In Nigeria, the process is out the window. People are moving by their own on impulse. That's what is happening right now. Governance on impulse. All right? Really, I used to define government or governance in Nigeria or democracy as it were as a government by a few individuals who hijack the powers of the machinery of state to power their own personal agenda. That is the scenario we have in Nigeria today. Okay? Right now, what is happening, why we are having all this confusion is that, well, everybody seems to have power now. Okay? So it's no longer power coming from the center to come and oppress anybody. There's that local guy who has his own territory, he has gained power. He has gained position. So when you bring your own, they bring their own. If you
And
are coming
everybody is ready to fight
everybody's
each
ready.
other
So at the end of the
for
day,
relevance.
you scatter a process.
Okay, well, like Mr. Akinomi said, tomorrow might be a very decisive day, you know, in the politics or polity of Ekiti State in terms of who actually carries the day. I don't know, we're just saying, you know.